to FACEIT, ECS / Twitch / whatever you want to call it. We are ready for another North American evening. Luminosity versus EchoFox. And this is the first time I see EchoFox.
It is, and of course, we've got lineup changes tonight, Matt.
Of course, why not? That's what happens when you have Mo on your team.
So I think ShahZaM has joined the lineup, and we've got this new guy called
ichibaNNN.
Which apparently, an interesting storyline there, actually. So he's a FPL player, and he's been in the top 10 for a while. And I think Fallen actually had a tweet about him saying that he actually sees him as an upcoming player. He doesn't understand why he's not in the top team. So his debut game in the ECS is against the guy who kind of called him out for being someone who should be in the top team.
I don't know if that's being called out or called on.
Bit of both.
I think I remember him from either like Grandpa Beret or a top main team sort of season 14-ish, and then I think he played Premier one year. I'm not sure. Someone can tweet me, correct me on that, but I do remember during my time at ESEA that ichibaNN's name, I glanced across it a few times. So we'll see. I mean, like you said, that is a really cool success story. It's similar to Oscar in some ways, and there's a few other players that have had that sort of rise through the FPL. We'll see if it works for him. That's the bigger aspect of this. And it's a hard game to go into.
It's another lineup change. We saw the exactly same thing with like what's the name?
Without a Roof.
Without a Roof. Same thing yesterday. As soon as we come into the big games, they're changing lineups. And the funny thing is, we see Without a Roof play again. They're playing again tonight versus Cloud9, I believe. So that's the second game tonight. We have 2 best-of-3s coming up. So stay tuned. It's going to be a fun night of CS. Luminosity will be kicking things off on Dust 2 against EchoFox. So what are your thoughts about that?
About which? The
Dust
second
2?
game?
No, sorry.
Dust 2 on this one. Oh, okay,
off,
sorry.
Yeah.
There's our full veto if you want to go through it. So immediately EchoFox took out Overpass. There was cash that went out for LG. They've been experimenting with it. We saw it Malmo. It didn't really work for them. Then they go to Dust 2, which is the pick for EchoFox. We'll come back to that in a second because that's the question you had, and we saw it last night. Then they go immediately into, what is that, Mirage? Mirage is if needed.
I've got it all here.
It's train.
Why don't I tell you exactly what it is?
It's so far away.
I know.
left my
I'll tell you what it
glasses,
is.
I think, in the cab, and I'm curious about
EchoFox
it.
banned Overpass. Luminosity bans Cash. EchoFox picks Dust 2. LG picks Train. EchoFox bans Cobblestone. LG bans Inferno. Decider is Mirage.
Okay, so back to the Dust 2 point, because that's what you asked me about originally.
Interesting.
Luminosity played it last night against Without a Roof. We expected that they were likely trying to practice it. Obviously, the 0 and 16s kind of discouraged this iteration of Luminosity away from it. I think that they showed decent potential on their T side, but they weren't really up against much. Without a Roof, again, the roster changes looked a little bit lost. Their timings were off. They could not hold the B side at all. Whereas Luminosity was having trouble getting the first pick and shutting down map control when they were on the CT side. So it was a 9-6 halftime, which actually looked much better from Without a Roof than what we saw in Mirage, which was before that. They were slaughtered straight up.
Dust 2 was much more promising. We have to remember that Without a Roof just lost Slemmy, their in-game leader, and they lost Breeze as well, the guy who's actually their mad fragger. So they were going in like, who is it? Who's our boy? Buzzer?
Buzzer.
Was it Buzzer?
Yes, Buzzer, the Canadian Moose avatar.
That's right. Buzzer. So obviously he had a tough time coming in against one of the world's best teams, being subbed in. He had a very difficult time in Mirage. But Dust 2 was better. Luminosity didn't really exactly wow, they've obviously been practicing this. They've got loads of cool things up their sleeve, but at the same time, they're playing against a team they know is not really bringing much to the table. So they may have been having a little bit of fun just running around, kind of using spawns to try to... We saw Tacio just running into B a lot of times and kind of just trying to make things happen. So I'm interested to see, up against a team like EchoFox, obviously we've got Sean Gares, and he's a bit more of a tactically tuned player. Maybe he'll be playing a little more discipline, having some more executions there, kind of having the defaults and stuff. He'll be playing a smarter game of CS, I believe.
And it's A to Z that ichibaNNN comes in to replace. ShahZaM on the EWP over Mo, I think, is actually...
Do we know what happened there? Like, does Mo...
I think Mo just stepped aside, honestly.
He hasn't been performing well, to be fair. Like, from what I've seen, it's been pretty poor in terms of like his actual level of performance from what we used to know from him. So I guess he's probably kind of realizing it's probably more beneficial for him to have an invested interest in towards EchoFox and support them, and then concentrate on his stream and allow them to kind of like have 5 players that they're like kind of at the peak of their performance right now. ShahZaM, obviously, we saw him last time we saw him was at the 1v1 tournament. He did it right. And
he did do all right. He made it out of groups.
And we saw he's just recently left Optic for unknown reasons. We still don't really know. That hasn't been an official announcement.
I think there's some disagreements within the team, but I mean, look, he's here now. Going in for Mo, I think it is an upgrade. I think ShahZaM is excellent when he gets rolling. The hard part is when he doesn't have the AWP in his hands. That's when he can be a bit of a I don't want to put the word liability onto him, but he's not as effective. And it's not even so much his individual accuracy, because we saw during the AMAP tournament that he clearly could win some rifle rounds, and he had some accuracy, his one taps, et cetera, et cetera. It's more situational awareness and how to play with the rifle rather than playing with it itself. So if ShahZaM can improve that, then I think he'll become a far more whole package. But for me, the guy that I have to continue to watch is Rix. I haven't seen EchoFox play much. Obviously, I see a lot of their statistics and I look at their results and whatnot, but obviously I'm not casting in North America as much as I'd like to be, or don't get to see these guys as much as I'd like to. Rix, for me, has always been a guy, and the interesting thing is he and ShahZaM had a falling out when they were on Tempo Storm the original time, the first time through, and both of them were quite publicly and vocal about it, and I think in a very unprofessional manner. And it kind of showed that Rix was a hard guy to get on with in some of the team situations. So the fact that these two guys are playing together again says something. I think maybe they've gotten over some issues in the past. But I still have a scope on him because I do want to see how he implements himself as a teammate when he's playing in the rifle role.
Obviously, ShahZaM coming in played with Sean before as well. So we'll see. True. We'll see how that goes down. Obviously, didn't end too well before, but we'll see.
Well, it didn't. I don't think there was anything personally between them.
No, obviously, he didn't play he didn't play his best in that team. I felt like he had a lot of pressure going into that one, and he didn't stay for long. I think it was like 2 or 3 months he actually lasted before he got removed from the lineup. But we'll see how this goes down. I think ShahZaM is a decent player. I don't think he's world class by any stretch of imagination. I see this game being a pretty simple procedure for Luminosity. I think everyone's expecting this to be a 2-0. Obviously, had EchoFox had a little bit more time to prepare, who knows, maybe they could have made this competitive. I don't see it being that way. The good news is they have got Dust too. So, like we said, Luminosity looking to expand their map pool potentially in this, I guess, this lower end Counter-Strike that we're not used to seeing them play. Actually, we're thinking into the game, Matthew. So why don't we turn around and get into the theatre?
Well, we could do, and we will do, because ShahZaM and ichibaNNN are going to start it off with a joint effort to take down FNX. Sean Gares, though, was waiting for the push, the counter push out toward long. He drops, and now ShahZaM has to turn back. Taco with that kill. A is going to be given up. They're going to rush to the site. Fallen will greet them, but this will give a bomb plant. Problem is, it doesn't give much in the way of controlling the situation in the post plant, more so with Fallen hitting that shot on ichibaNNN. And Fur is slowly going to push back up behind Roca, who with a Tech 9 from that distance, it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, CT's now coming in from short, CT spawn and long as well. Roca towards Catwalk, seeing if he can hold them off. His Tech 9 could be effective though. Gets shut down in the end with the P2000 of Fallen. coldzera gets the final frag, and it's going to be the pistol going in favor of Lumi. It's going to be Fallen picking up 2 kills, and the bomb does get planted for EchoFox. So obviously, AKs could come out in the third. Some teams like to buy it in the second as well. We'll see what they bring to the table, but ultimately, pretty simple procedure there from Luminosity, pushing quite aggressively towards long and the middle, finding the frags, and EchoFox couldn't really answer back. We'll see what goes down in number 2. Should be a throwaway round, but they've kind of had some upgraded pistols and PT50s perhaps. Try and get a bomb down. You'd normally see a couple of smokes towards CT spawn, maybe on Catwalk, and try and plant towards short once again. But I'm sure the CTs will be ready for that, yeah. So they'll be boosting up. So obviously that's the go-to strategy here for most teams on this round. There we go, number 2. coldzera looking in towards lower B. He's backed up from FNX as well. He's boosted on the box above him on Catwalk. But 5 players for EchoFox will be heading towards long. So maybe a smoke on towards the crossover, try and swarm the bomb side, but ichibaNNN and Roca have been tagged down almost instantly, but they do find the first frag here.
And the rifle now for Fur, sprays down 1, very low HP on 2 in front. ichibaNNN and Roca, but it's Rix instead that comes around the corner, Tech 9 flying. And we're picking up the rifles right now. They have a good situation because they can get this bomb down on the A site. Cold's going to try and come back in from long, ShahZaM will spot this early and does better than that, takes down Cold. And it's all suddenly on to Taco. This is not going to look likely. He's got no kit in this situation, and they're not going to peek him. They have a 3-man setup on top of this site.
Well, he does get the first kill. Taco taking down ichibaNNN there. Still 3 players to find. One's going to be low HP on towards the bomb side. That's Roca, but surely he's not going to give his kill away. Doesn't have to here. Force him into the crossfire towards Goose. And that's fine. That's all he wanted to do. Try and get him as close as possible, make him commit to the bomb site. Rix come in the face, but I have to say, that's very sloppy from Luminosity. They didn't have to commit to that face, like 1-by-1 facing on the A bomb site. Could have just allowed them to cross and actually challenge them together. A lot of 1-on-X situations there, especially after the scout did so much damage to kick things off. But there it is. EchoFox do answer back. They didn't have to force by their map. That was pretty much a clean round from them. Just a couple of Tech 9s and PT50s. And they go into number 3 now with the rifles. 2 AKs, and M4, a FAMAS, and a MAC-10 on towards ichibaNNN. Luminosity have forced this. Fallen and Tacio are a little bit more conservative, but a default round coming in from EchoFox now.
Double push right now with Deagles on Catwalk, and CZ75 P250 behind the door at middle. It's Fur. It's going to be playing alongside coldzera. They've already done the standard procedure on the T side. EchoFox to clear out most of the angles. They've cleared out lower. Jumped around, checked behind to make sure no one was behind the box at the bottom of the middle as well. Roca and Sean are going to work together. I'd be interested to see. That's another aspect of this team. FNX is going to get information that two are in lower. He'll fall back immediately on that. But if Roca, who's been known for being extremely skillful, obviously Complexity said that they wanted to build a roster around him. That, as we know now, didn't work out. But if Sean can finally be the leader that he needs, because it seems to be a lacking aspect to his game. Flash through, they'll push, try and clear out the lower tunnels, but ShahZaM's going to wait here. They haven't actually spotted him, so he's in a good position to spray down at least one. Good response from Cold, but it's only one kill going their way. And another going the way of Rix means it's a 4 versus 2.
Yeah, that should be the round tied up here. So the bomb is currently making its way through T-spawn. So the terrorists can't end things as quickly as they'd like. FNX coming off from short, though, does find the kill on towards Rix. And that does make things a little bit more interesting now. 3 on 2, but they have managed to pick up an M4 now. So the CT still have options here. The bomb still on the long corner, so a little bit of time before it can actually cross. Will be making its way to the corner of the bomb site now, and it should be planted pretty easily. Surely the CT can't do anything with this. It'd be an absolute nightmare for the terrorists to give this away. Roca will be the first player with confrontation here. Misses the first shot. Now it's getting a bit uncomfortable.
Sean Gares gets Taco.
Yeah, we're saving the M4 at this point. Which is the right thing to do, Matthew.
Yes, absolutely.
May I say your hair's looking lovely tonight.
Thank you, Henry. I went to some British barber shop that you showed me.
Yes.
It was kind of a double date. It was more, why am I saying double date? It was a date. It wasn't,
Yeah, exactly.
There was no one else with us.
Exactly.
Your hair looks good too.
I got a tweet about my hair.
Did you?
Said it looks slick.
Slick?
It's a lot shorter. We're trying a new look. Something new for 2016. Long hair is out. All about short hair these days.
Terrorists win.
We're going to shave your head next week.
Nope. That's not going to happen.
2-1. EchoFox looking strong. The money's not fantastic for Luminosity here, but they have got a rifle to play with, so we'll see whether they... That's going to be FNX, whether he'll maybe boost up towards short or hold B by himself. Maybe smoke towards mid to kind of take that vision away from the terrorists. We'll see what they bring to the table. ShahZaM, though, with the AWP, does some damage on the coldzera. ShahZaM! Remember that from the 1v1?
Yeah, I do remember that, actually.
Yeah.
I remember him getting one tap by Giuliano as well. That's the shot of the weekend. Good flash through. Fallen plays inside of the smoke, but it's FNX instead. That'll give a gun to Fallen. A MAC-10, no less.
That's the recon play, right? So you're sending him in, looking for the stacks. Even if he drops, it's not a huge deal. You've worked out, you've got some intel from that, and it means the MAC-10 against other players is pretty useless. But let's see what FNX can do here. He's the player with the M4. Gets dropped by Roca, though. Lovely shot from him. They're trying to recover the M4 here, but that's out of position for the CTs. Now they're trying to rotate back towards the crossover. Fallen will be the first player to challenge here. Roca not committing, but okay.
Roca, nice spotting tap. Let's go back up for the repeat, but Fur's there with the MAC-10. Now they have to turn, though. It's a blender on the ramp, and Fur can't react fast enough. Sean Gares taking Taco. It leaves it to Cold. 17 HP. Deagle from afar. Look for a miracle shot. Do you remember this Deagle? I haven't seen this skin in a while.
That's the skin Happy used in that.
I know, yeah, that's true. That is true.
And I think Guardian uses that as well. So some skin knowledge for you there, Matt.
You are good with skin. coldzera, he's just going to wait for exit kills as well in this situation, but no one needs to push out through the long cave. They can just sit toward pit. They're actually going to walk down catwalk. And they would have to round the corner toward mid. But no one's going to face. So 3 will stay alive, guns to stay up. Nothing salvaged from coldzera. He may try and push through after the bomb goes off and see if he can find a gun. That looks to be the case. Missed shot, big missed shot from ShahZaM. Now he's got to run with the op. Cold's not able to pick anything else up, though, because there was nothing else dropped toward long.
So after losing the pistol, EchoFox now are winning 3-1, which is a turnout for the books here. They've got plenty of cash as well. The second round they actually won was with just some PD50s and Tech 9s. They didn't even have to force. So problem is now Fallen is on the AWP. We'll see what he brings to the table. He'll be making his way towards the B side. So it's a different approach. Most AWPers will move to that position once the round has been established, and it'll be FNX who drops first. coldzera does answer back straight away. That's towards long. Reckon must have had a decent spawn, went for that first pick. As some of his teammates will be committed towards B. That's an audacious angle from Fallen, but he gets the kill and manages to fall back as well. So ichibaNNN will be the player to drop.
coldzera smoked off inside CT early, is going to fall away from this. He'll watch catwalk now, having lost one toward the long side of the map. First still anchoring out toward pit itself. And it's a pretty loose hold on middle because of this. It's basically a 2-2 split. Both players inside of the site at B, but Sean and Rix are going to work together. This seems to be a combo that Sean's trying to work with. Set these crossfires, clear the angles out toward long, and Rix finds Fur overcommitting. Now they've got a chance to execute on this A site because Cold is alone and they still haven't rotated off of B.
I feel like the CT should be playing the pin in that position, but still, it's going to go down to a 3-on-3 now. coldzera and a lot of pressure. He's got players coming from short and long as well. He surely can't find anything out of this. Sean will be coming in as they do smoke off the crossover.
This is reasonable.
It's a horrible smoke there.
A horrible smoke, so it's reasonable for coldzera because he can just sit here and mow them down. And he's got a second player inside CT to cover the drop. Good awareness, and Cold gets away with one unanswered. That is a massive misplay from EchoFox.
I don't even know how to analyze that for you, Matt. That's just horrible. But anyway, let's continue.
Sean will be livid about that, but bomb still planted. Rix is going to try and get a little bit closer to CT spawn, hold them off when they walk through the ramp. He knows that they're there. What they haven't accounted for is this exact motion we just saw. Fallen alone out toward long, drop down, a suicidal play from Rix. How much they could really do in that situation, and now they have the information on where exactly ShahZaM's playing from. Bomb planted for him. Finds the first shot onto Taco. Fallen wants him to re-peek. He's got coldzera, quick face down towards CT. And it's a 1 versus 1, but Fallen taps it. Does he have time with no kit?
It's going to be close.
I don't think he does.
I don't think he's got it.
I think ShahZaM, oh, no, he does. Oh, that is incredible.
Wow. That would have been such a sick clutch there from ShahZaM. We have to think about that moment, though. I can almost hear Sean in my head when I saw that smoke go down. He's like, guys, what the hell was that smoke? It's like, okay, well, now we're going to have to go through it. You've done this. We don't have any time. We're going to have to run across.
That reminds me of
Congratulations,
when they were scrimming, when they had the comms on, and Sean goes, all right, guys, I need everyone to buy a smoke. Rix, I don't have a smoke. Well, buy a smoke, Rix. It's before the freeze time.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, that smoke. That's going to haunt me. But anyway, fast long take coming here from EchoFox. Look at that first pick. Great smoke down towards the corner. They get both frags here as well, so a massive opportunity. The problem is they're taking a lot of damage, and Fallen still is up there on towards the car area as well. So still, oh, actually a flag coming in for Taco. Hello.
Hello.
What was that?
Apparently Twitch ads were turned on my phone. Fallen's got the shot onto Roca. Goes to show as well as he re-peeks this out toward a very low HP player. Both ichibaNNN and Rix down in red territory. But it goes to show that if ShahZaM had waited 1 millisecond later on that peak, he would have had it.
Indeed. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Well then, 4-on-2 with two very low HP players. It's going to be coldzera finally coming towards ShahZaM. Gets a double as well. Sean, I feel like that was an overface. Didn't have to commit to that one, considering his teammates weren't with him. Now this round's turning into an absolute nightmare. coldzera finds 4. And that's a 4-on-2. That's pretty nutty. And that's going to be the round that starts the arguments. And EchoFox will be wondering what the hell just happened. Because that's Sean. To be fair, I think that's down to Sean overfacing. He didn't have to in that situation. It's not like he had to go get that information by himself. He didn't have to commit. And now they're going to be in a force by zone here as well. ShahZaM on the scout on the T side and Dust 2. He's not really like it's going to be a very effective weapon. The CT is obviously very viable. Terrorists, not so much. But we'll see what they can do here. 3-3, and we'll see how tied things up. We go into round number 7.
And ShahZaM goes on to a scout to try and find something toward middle, jumps into suicide. He's going to jump behind the boxes and watch the bottom of cat. Rotation over, coldzera. Just the pistol. Money's not great. Both sides, situation to be broken, and James just pointing out there, $2,800 for coldzera, but didn't elect to buy beyond that. Makes you wonder if they want to try and get out to a double up setup really early with Cold.
Well, much more default play here from EchoFox, just setting themselves out, trying to bait out any CT utility. You can see FNX with that Mag 7. We've seen it time and time again. We always say it's surely not going to work this time, but it seems to almost every single time. Fallen, getting the distraction on the corner, takes down Sean. He's actually just setting up for so nicely here.
Yep.
He should better get the next kill.
Oh, good shot though. It's Roca. Roca's got accuracy.
Right. That's a kill I thought Fur had all day long.
Well, this is a problem now because Cold's using just that pistol. They know Fallen's at the car. Try and hold on to this. ShahZaM, remember, has the scout, not the AWP. Second player spotted. It's a nade in. 55 HP left for Fallen in this position. Second smoke as well, but he has to watch out toward Catwalk as Rix has already worked down. And now Cold has to hold this with just the USP. Normally Cold, as we know it, would buy an MP7 in that situation. So this is a really peculiar decision.
I'm still not convinced by Luminosity's Dusty. You can see why they don't play. It seems like their CD setups are a little bit ropey. It seems like they're not actually very confident in certain positions, like taking on the duels. Long seems to be a massive problem for them. It's either these heavily facing towards the long doors or having that open angle. That looks like a perfect situation. Fallen found the first kill, and then we felt like that kill towards the pit was almost a guaranteed effort. But the fact he's still exposed on that position, he could just play from the pit like RPK does and have a position to fall back if he doesn't find that first shot. But big reset now coming in for Luminosity. They are going to be, I was about to say force buying, but it looks like coldzera will just be buying. He had a bit of excess cash. Just trying to balance the books, as it were. As we're going to round number 8. 4-3. EchoFox take the advantage back. Just doing defaults and long takes there. Long seems like to be a massive problem for the CTs. We'll see what this B rush it looks like from Roca in the charge. Should be able to get his first frag pretty easily. He does see both players go towards the platform area, but decent flashbang for the CTs.
Good spray down. FNX managing to, still alive as well inside of the site. Pretty much uncontested as he plays back from the door now. Has to fall away as he's lost his teammate. But look at the flank that's coming around already. Fallen's at the top of middle. He'll be able to wrap back down, make sure they can't rotate away from this B site. And despite that they may give up a plan here to ichibaNNN, which should happen, we're already in good position to try and go for this retake. The problem is it's one gun, no armor, no kits, no nades. Timing's going to be everything. Fallen trying to catch off ShahZaM, who snaps back with that rifle and does get the shot on the second approach. ichibaNNN watching the window. One in, tries to bait, tries to trade, but ShahZaM comes back out in time.
Yeah, nice work from ShahZaM there. Just aggressive enough to get the information and landing the headshot as well. Pits Luminosity into a very difficult situation now. You can see the money. It's tempting to have another force buy. I think they will be taking another eco here. It's going to be 5-3, and then yes, they will indeed. A partial buy, upgraded pistols, maybe some flashbangs, but EchoFox getting some decent footing in this one. I kind of wrote them off going into this. But it's going to be the AWP of ShahZaM firing off shots towards the door. Doesn't land anything this time, and it's the NOA boost towards middle. Something that I'm not a fan of, I have to say. It's a little bit outdated, but it works from time to time.
ichibaNNN clearing all corners again. That bounce smoke covers off the back of the site as well as in toward the closet, but it doesn't account for Taco's position. He's got one. Doesn't account for Roca up close though. Bomb was dropped momentarily, but they'll easily be able to recover that. Fallen, good damage in. That was actually a headshot towards Roca.
Yeah. The round should be considered fun. That was a good Molotov connection through the window. coldzera does find one in the tunnels. That's Rix. I think saving the AK and falling back for him probably the best port of call here, but a little bit more. He will be dropped as well. Seconds, and there it is. Actually, Roca with 4. So yeah, she just was carrying that round. Nice work.
What was the auto ban again for Luminosity?
Oh, right now?
You've got it. I can't recall off the top of my head what it was, but I'm starting to be curious as to how their map pool is going to affect them moving forward. If Dust 2. It was Cash, wasn't it?
Cash.
Yeah, so Cash and Dust 2 are definitely their weaknesses. Hence why they're trying to work on one or the other, but
well, I don't know,
I think losing to Tyloo discouraged them a lot, as well as not to mention Dignitas. So now they're experimenting with this, and it's not working out extremely well. Again, yesterday the CT side was abysmal. It was the T side that saved them, and ShahZaM easy kill on Fur.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This just feels pretty poor from Luminosity. Bear in mind, they've won the pistol here as well. Did it get forced? There wasn't even a force buy in the second. What am I saying? So it's not even like you can justify it. Anyway, round number 10. We have got the double orb set up for the Brazilians here, but Fur has been dropped. They went for the aggressive push towards short. 2 players there, but ShahZaM, we said he was decent with the orb, does get that first pick, and now they can slow things right down. They've got long shot as well. We mentioned this yesterday. It's one of the strongest part of the maps to have control of. CTs at this point with a man down and lack of real estate do need to start pushing and trying to find a kill here. You just assume the B tunnels will be a point of contention momentarily. Terrorists are waiting for them. Actually, 4 players towards that area. And with ShahZaM towards long, he's just holding the flanks and trying to be a nuisance here. It doesn't matter if he dies at this point. As soon as he shows himself towards A, the CTs will start rotating anyway. So are we looking for a pick or to? It's going to be coldzera taking on ichibaNNN towards D. Bit premature, I have to say.
I'll rotate back around. Give up middle at the exact moment that they are coming back through those lower tunnels, but coldzera finding ShahZaM can actually sit and be pretty complacent. The problem is FNX and Taco go for this full rotation back through long. They have no one inside of middle because of the push on Catwalk, and they don't get any information from that. So Sean Gares walks out. Cold has no idea. Good shot from Fallen, but that's such a misplay. Fallen again takes down Rix. The Molotov does not hold him away. He should have stayed to hold the angle, but now it's the Dragon Lore. ShahZaM versus 3. Bomb planted. He's going to play back of the site so he can control the angle as best as possible, but already encroaching outside of the dust wall. Default plant smoking, covers off door, allows FNX forward, and Sean's gonna have to line this up perfectly. Finds the first shot. Still 2 to 5. He's got the second. Falling through the box, but he can't hit the no-scope. Sean Gares nearly makes that work.
Can you imagine if he got that final shot? It's actually possible as well. Just had to hold his mouse where it was. Second shot was pretty lights out, but not meant to be this time. Sean doing some financial damage to the CT is actually very beneficial. You can see the money's not great still for Luminosity, but still very exciting into that round. Luminosity clawing it back after losing that initial frag. So that could have been a huge advantage. That could have been actually another double eco situation for Luminosity had Sean have won that. That would have been massive. Now we get to round number 11. Gillo with Sean. We have got the all back on towards ShahZaM, but you can see the money for Luminosity. Got a UMP on FNX. A famous on coldzera, a couple of kits, a lack of utility in general, to be honest. And we'll see how this one goes down. We favour this towards EchoFox.
For inside a long right now. FNX going to watch back out toward middle. Roca's got a nade in toward long as well. In front of him, they'll fall back on that, but FNX is just jumping and speaking this out. It's pretty straightforward default. EchoFox going to let this run down to about a minute. See what they can find on top of this.
We have the 1 minute mark. It's looking like a potential B split from CT spawn. Here you can see the bombs and B tunnels. We have 2 players towards the catwalk area. Smoke down towards the bomb site and towards the ramp. Drop 2 players in and see if you can get so much aggro that allows the players to walk into that B site. It's very interesting though. The smokes, the bashmans will come over. There's going to be 1 player dropping down, the rest of them will come back towards middle, but FNX picks up that first kill on towards Roca. That's big. ShahZaM looking for the refrag.
coldzera knows they're trying to push through middle, finds the first one easily onto Sean. Desperate chance to find more, but ichibaNN's got 2. There's the skill we talked about on the entry. FNX has to come back to ShahZaM. It's ichibaNN, though, with 13 versus 3. Same position Sean was in, unfortunately, without the bomb down this time, and an easy shot for FNX.
Good stuff there from Luminosity. You can see what EchoFox was setting up to do. It's a very common strategy at that point, but one that's still viable, but the UMP just waiting for them to drop down. It didn't seem like there was any doubt in his mind that was coming. And EchoFox did get shut down. ichibaNN made it slightly exciting, but it's now EchoFox pretty much on a full eco here. So he should be able to tie things up at 6-6, and they'll be boosting 2 players towards short, looking for that initial kill. coldzera in lower B, aggressive of course, but all 5 players for EchoFox outside the long doors right now. They'll be flashing over, trying to retake that area. They have been finding kills here, and actually taking it over a couple of times. Just a flashbang, but first spotting Sean towards T-spawn. They could be rushing at this point. Fallen should have an absolute field day here, you would assume.
You would. But still missed shots from Fallen out toward long, allows them up the ramp. It has to be a spray down from FNX. He finds only 1, and Roca responds. It's a Glock. Up close and personal, though, and Fallen responding. It almost looked like he hit the second. It was Fur, but that one was all him.
Yep, good work there from Fallen. As I said, I was expecting him to get 2 or 3 kills at the AWP there, but falls back to the bomb site. Did get a bit uncomfortable for the CTs, but ultimately found that spray down. Got the damage in. Fallen getting the last 2 AWP shots, so finishing off in style here. 6-6, round number 13. ShahZaM back on towards the AWP now. And we'll see where Fallen decides to go. He'll be going back towards long. He has been changing his position up. He's going to go aggressive towards short, but it's a fast long take here from the team once again. This has been a problem. 3 players here now for the Brazilians, and they're going to be burning alive in that fire as well. Fur gets a first kill on towards Sean. Player stuck behind the blue box. ichibaNN does eventually fall. And now the bomb's down there as well, so the CTs have a massive advantage here. And Rix is holding up and hoping they don't detect him in that smoke.
They're going to try and play this angle out as well and lock Rix in place. Need to be careful not to overcommit, though. FNX, he doesn't still know that he's here and jumping up on top of the barrel.
Why, though? Why?
There's no point in doing that at all.
Even if you just suspect him
You can
to be
shoot
there.
under that, by the way, and tap his feet, which he was red HP. It would have worked in that situation.
Instead of why I had to give his kill away, but regardless, it looks like they still will run around here. ShahZaM can come up with something big. Roca drops to the hands of Fallen, and now we have got the last remaining player, Orpa, bomb down. Know exactly where they surely can give kills away still, boys. The money's not great.
Why? Yeah, I'm not 100%
You've got the
sure.
bomb. Okay, calm down, everyone.
Well, Luminosity do claw back into the lead here, 7-6, but like you say, money's not great, and giving away arguably 2 kills. I mean, you never know how the round would have transpired without Rix being pushed like that, but Arguably 2 kills they didn't have to.
Just do everything you can not to give those kills away. Regardless, someone gets a 6th shot, that's fine. But MP9 out on towards Fur. But,
it is against pistols with no armor,
like,
so...
Luminosity are happy to use his weapon even in gun rounds, to be fair. So I'm sure that'll be absolutely fine. Once again, going for that long take, it's going to be FNX to get that first kill. I know they can display things a little bit more passive. That MP9's towards lower being fallen towards the car of long.
Ooh.
So, yeah,
that works. Little tap. Rix tries to respond. Does nothing but serve to give away his position. Quick nade out as well. Does do a little bit of damage to ichibaNNN. 89 HP.
There's another one. And
All right,
3.
that's just sick money.
He's fallen. Fur. coldzera. Surely going to be picking towards mid-air. In favour of Luminosity. EchoFox being pretty quiet the last couple of rounds, but we go into number 15. Back on the AWP, it's going to be ShahZaM. We had a great start to this half, but the picks haven't been too strong in the last few. But 3 AWPs for the CTs. Fallen. Fur. coldzera. Surely going to be picking towards mid-air. They're going to leave one in spawn, so just leaving that as an option if they do rotate.
Nade in. Fur's going to push this. But they do have AKs. Needs to be careful of the flash that goes out. Why is Rix not turned around sooner? ichibaNNN does eventually make the call, and he'll serve the save, but it's going to be Taco that's right there that easily gets the kill, and like you say, falls back more importantly because he only has 6 HP left to work
It
with.
looked like he was tempted to go a little bit further with that, but it almost seemed an instant death at that point. We go into...
It is always tempting to stay in when you should pull out.
Come on now. Oh!
That was sexy.
Okay. Bomb down as well, so the CTs can react to this. I've got the man advantage, 4 on 3. Taco obviously still on 6 HP. Roca aggressively making his way to the A-bomb side. Looks like coldzera is going to be in a difficult situation here. And Fallen overextends, and now really in a difficult spot here, but he does land the shot. 3 on 2 still. Sean is down. What just happened?
Sean taps away, does find, well, not really taps to be fair, but does find a kill. Through the mid doors, but it's just he that remains now against 2. Round 15, it looks like it could be a 9-6 half. I say could be because Taco, again, is so low. If he gets caught off, oh, more importantly, coldzera gets caught in the open nearly. It could have all been too easy, but Cold gets the shot. And it is going to be 9-6. Henry, apparently they want us on screen, so do your best to look good.
Okay, ready?
I've already broke it. Wow, I've got the chair twisted.
People are tweeting us saying they can hear you mucking around.
I can hear me what?
I think do pre-message us saying we're playing with a grenade or something.
These things do have odd pickup, and I have no idea why, because even producer Reese asked me what I was doing, and I was doing nothing. I was standing still.
Hi, everyone.
Were you playing with something? Were you playing with a grenade?
I wasn't. I was looking at the screen.
Because Reese said he could hear. I wonder if it's just this. I didn't hear that in my ears, though.
I haven't got the headphones in, so I can't.
I'm blaming Reese in the production room. He's clearly doing something that's causing it.
We're going to be shouted at.
Yeah.
Right now.
James is coming in. We're all about to die. This is
shouted
not
at.
good. This is not good.
It was Matt. It was Matt. It was Matt.
I didn't do anything. Is it my mic? Is this what it is? That's what I thought it was. I don't know. Maybe it's that.
What did you do?
He just poked the mic to say, apparently I'm just going to have to not move all night. But 9-6 first half. Luminosity did look a little lost to start things off. The timings on the A site were abysmal. Considering if Dupree's watching and tweeted you, they coined that meta. That was not how it should have been played.
It just seemed that they struggled to hold certain positions, even when they had very decent crossfire set up. It looked like everything okay here, Dad? The necklace. Okay, we can.
Oh, is that what it is? Maybe. That would be a metallic sound that they could hear.
You've put your necklace through your microphone cable. Can't get the start.
Oh god, that would make sense with the grenade sound. Right, guys, we're gonna sort that out in the break.
We're back into it. It looks like 9-6. Jesus, our analysis was completely on point that time.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna mute myself for a second.
Yes, you mute yourself. I'll talk. Don't worry. I'll carry it. I'm used to it, Henry. It's coldzera's going to watch out toward middle, but ichibaNNN getting in the off angle behind the doorway. This could be interesting. Taco's not necessarily pushing through yet, but with 3 players set up right now, including the bomb in the hands of Fur, they could look to try and take over long. They've got 2 players on utility. The first have fallen.
Okay.
The second on coldzera. And look at the minimap right now. Pretty much everyone except 1 player is all on the A side.
This is ichibaNNN. This is confident from him getting those long doors. ShahZaM finds a kill onto coldzera as well. But to be 3 terrorists waiting in those long doors, this could be a heavy confrontation. That smoke about to dissipate as well. There we go. ichibaNNN is going to be on the other side of the doors, but looks like Luminosity will be making their way back towards short here. So ShahZaM Will look like they get a decent read here. Gets a couple of shots off with the P2000. Does actually have the favourable weapon in that situation. But 4 players now all on towards A. They have no utility here, have no choice but to just hope the timings work in their favour and try and get this first frag. With Sean with a clever position here, should be able to get the first kill. Let's spot a couple of them. Now he just needs to delay them with that flashbang and let his teammate to wait again.
Well, Sean Gares tagged down to 5, has to fade away from this. It puts pressure onto ichibaNNN. Talked about his skills at the start of the game, but unfortunately this time they do not prevail, and FNX comes out with 2 more. It's all onto Roca. Armor, no kit. He'll do what he can in this situation because what's the point to do otherwise? Either call it right now that you're going to go for an aggressive force or face, and Roca's going to do the latter. Gets the first shot as well, taps away, but now it's a double face. He's caught in the open. And the crossfire from Fallen. All too much.
Both pistols going in the favour of Luminosity. We did see EchoFox without a force buy in the second round in the first half actually win this. So we'll see how this one goes down. Nice little camera shot there of the Jeep, man. Have you seen anything like this before?
What is this?
This is new.
Driving in your car, I never. Your favorite song, Henry?
It's not my favourite song, actually. I think that's the only Smith song you know. But we can put it my favourite song.
No, come on. I listened to a few of them tonight and I recognize them. I listened to them a little bit. I tried out them and the Monkeys because brand new. Jesse was a fan, so I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try.
Good.
Worst mistake I ever made. Fallen, rather Roca, excuse me, with the scout. Yep, 1 of 3 inside of the B site, but Fallen does get one into ShahZaM instead. So 4 scouts total on the map, and only 1 of them on the T side is going to be effective so far. 10-6 now. Picking up this round.
They have managed to tag him down to 34 HP, so it's not completely useless yet. Decent shot there from Sean, though. He gets the kill on towards Taco. Somebody's a welcome now. ichibaNNN going to be pushing off towards short. Does land a couple of shots, but that's about it. And we will be going towards the B side now. So we have to Sean to step up once again. He has got the AK this time, unable to challenge coldzera, a very strong MP7 player. That running gun potential just taking him down. We're going to the final stages of this one. FNX aware of ichibaNNN's position. And Ferd's going to be on to finish him off. Now just Rix in towards those long doors. Will be deciding to fall back here. So you saw on Dust 2, it's definitely a scout viable map. A lot of teams will bring 2, maybe 3. I'd say 3 sometimes a little bit overkill, but they can do some massive damage in terms of the tags. I know the pistols, potentially CZs, can actually spray them down. Unable to find anything this one. They will be on a full eco in the next. But Riggs, he has got body armor on the CZ. Just trying to stay alive at this point. But FNX, hungry for him. I was about to say we'll be taking him down as well, but it's a lovely shot from him. Does manage to stay alive for now.
Henry, who even wears a necklace anymore anyway?
I do. I wear lots of jewelry.
It's true.
I don't have to be like anyone else. I'm just me.
I appreciate that. You do actually. You've got a lot of jewelry on.
Yeah.
Brings up the color of your eyes. coldzera going to go after Rix. He's the last player alive, and he'll spray him down pretty convincingly. And now EchoFox find themselves trailing by 5 rounds. They've only got 6 to work with so far. For all your radio listeners, you can do the math. You can figure out the score on your own from that one.
The radio listeners.
Yes, but
the 2
they
of
have
them.
to save 1 more, and a full save at that. We often talk about this in round 3.
Yes. So obviously the AWPers won't be buying a single thing. We have got some P250s. And all 5 players are actually going to be coming towards mid and B here. So they will be smoking the doors, take the vision away from the terrorist, hoping that a full-on B rush comes in. This is Fur. He's the recon player. We talk about him just kind of trying to work out the stacks and maybe get some intel here. He's going to spot 2 players towards B. That's going to be the signal for his teammates to make their way to the 8 side. Plant goes down, round over. Even though they do find the first kill, the CTs, they have no chance of doing anything with this. So nice work there from LG. Pretty classic anti-ego eco procedure, I would say. But Matt, what jewelry do you wear?
I'm sorry?
What jewelry do you wear?
I can't say. I have a watch on.
And you've got it, studs in your ears, don't forget those.
FNX got 2. Hang on now, Henry. We're not done just yet. Rix and Sean Gares, though, the nade nearly finishes it. He's down to 20 HP, finds 1 more onto coldzera, so doing good economic damage, but that's all he can do. I'm sorry, what was your last question?
You've got little studs in your ears as well, don't forget those.
Oh, I actually legitimately always forget that I have these.
Yeah.
I've had these since I was like 16. Someday they're just going to fall out, and I won't even notice, and they'll grow over. I also wear a cock ring, in case you were wondering.
12-6 Luminosity with a pretty solid lead here. You can see now this is what affects the second round force buy. You go into this first one with a bit of a struggle. No kits here, no head armor, not a massive deal against AKs, but ShahZaM naked with that AWP going to be troublesome if he does go up against any sort of AG grenades. And Fallen not messing around here, straight for those mid doors. Fast B play coming in. Sean gets the first kill on towards Fallen. Roca pushing for the smoke, trying to do what he can. He's going to be out of time though, and out of position as he does get taken down. The B bomb site is going to be fully open at this point. Fur finds a kill onto ichibaNNN. He was pushing long. That's round over. Rix does find a kill here, but with no kits and the bomb being planted in B and a man down, you'd assume they will be saving. You assume that, but you never know these guys. Loose cannons, some of them. They will be saving.
That definitely will be saving. ShahZaM's going to try and fall away passively for that exact reason, stuck inside CT. Cold peeks perfectly, and it's on to just Rix. Well, he was spotted by Cold out toward T-spawn as well. Will they get there in time? They're going to send FNX out through the tunnels. He might, but he's already crossed back over, so...
It's an interesting round, that one. When you know the CTs have force spawn in the second one,
here.
and you know they're going to have a very weak buy, they won't have the incendiaries, that's almost certain, the B players. It means that a play like that, just pushing through smoke towards B and actually going through, that's very viable. You know, like normally the incendiaries are standard on a gun round to actually slow the B rush down. You know you haven't got that, you take a bit of a risk sticking together. As long as you're trading frags, the CTs won't have much to retake with as well, and they potentially won't have kits. So that's actually a really good call from Fallen. Very simple, obviously, but it works out very nicely, and Luminosity take that gun round, and ShahZaM drops the orb. And it looks like we'll have to see what they come into it with. They've got an AK obviously saved. Rick's got that. They're also going to have some CZ and PT50, but this will be Luminosity going 14-6 up here, you would assume. Rick's with the AK, he's the first player to drop, so any chance they had has been eradicated now.
Crosshair placement.
On point.
Did you have to?
Your favorite phrase.
I wasn't going to say it.
You made it up, didn't you?
Stop. coldzera's not going to stop. He's going to get a chip on through the door. ShahZaM finds the response to Fur, but unfortunately, it's not looking brilliant just yet because they still, although coldzera's left on 4 HP, are 2 men down. Roca's on 23 HP. Sean goes 1 in and 1 out the other side. coldzera finding him, it now leaves it just to ShahZaM, who's picked up an AK, so he can find the shot on FNX, who heard him dropping down into CT. He may be able to open something up and split this. Bomb's planted, though. That's the problem, and now he has to fade.
Well, not really much to that do. He does have the AK that we expected up in the previous round. Just going to be on that long ramp area. Hoping that no one comes searching for him, but LG have got tons of cash here. They know the CTs are struggling a little bit. Fallen, leading the charge. It's actually coldzera on the AWP for now. He's on 4 HP, finding 3 kills this round. And ShahZaM stuck on the site. Terrorists coming in from long, from short. Bomb ticking away. They probably will get this kill. It's uncertain yet, but we'll see how it goes down. Fallen will be the first on the face. Doesn't spot him just yet. ShahZaM is trying to stay alive. Now they have seen him. So now he's pincering in, but that's a lovely shot from ShahZaM. Takes an FNX, and he might be staying alive there as well, doing a very convincing job. And he manages to stay alive. CTs. Ronnie is getting to a more stable position now. I think they had 6k across the board, so could get the double orbs out if they wanted to. They're going to be going with 4 rifles and ShahZaM on the orb. Let's see. Now round number 21 goes down. Tons of cash in the Luminosity camp. 6k on FNX. Fallen with the orb now as well. And 2 pits and also a map points. So the Dust 2T side seems...
It's great. It's same as yesterday. There's just definitely some serious CT communications and timings that have been offered right now for Luminosity. So similar situation, in fact, exactly similar situation to what we saw against Without a Roof yesterday, where it was 9-6. It looked like it was going to be a close game, and it ended 16-6, I believe. It's actually, they just won it out cleanly, which they have a chance to do here now. But a buy up on the CT side could try and prevent that. ShahZaM on an AWP, not surprisingly. AK held from Rix. Or the held from ShahZaM dropped over to Rix, but you get the point, Henry.
I always get the
point. Don't look at me with those eyes. You do normally get the point. You know what I mean? ShahZaM over top of the smoke. Taco's going to fade away and go through it nonetheless. Flashed in, that forces ShahZaM out, and that leaves ichibaNNN in the open. Taco finds both. ShahZaM late to respond.
Really nice execution there. Now Rix does have to try and do some serious work if it gets dropped in the end. Fur jumping into position, but it's going to be Sean Gares taking him down.
Yeah, missed timing on that jump. Gives Sean a bit of a chance here. 2 versus 3 on retake. Have kits on Roca. Tons of nades on Sean. Cold's down to 6 HP as well. They've got the first pick. They've got the second as well. Sean's doing all the work. Fallen's late to get back in position on Catwalk, and it's the AWP he can try and play with. He doesn't need to peek this just yet. It is not planted for him. It's actually the inside of the boxes. This becomes a problem now because missing that shot, Roca's in position. Molotov's out. Fallen's going to lose this round. It's going to go the way easily of EchoFox. And Sean completes it. 3 quick kills, make it 4 overall, but 3 on the retake.
Yeah, lovely play there from Sean. Looked like EchoFox had 100% lost that round, but he comes in from CD spawn, finds those 2 kills, one of them albeit very low HP on the site. Just very good team play there from those last 2, and we saw Fallen out of position. Bomb not planted for him whatsoever. He did have an opportunity though on that first kill. I don't think he was expecting it to be presented like that. He was just going straight in for the diffuser. Misses that first shot. Had he got it, potentially had a really strong chance there, but round number 22, they want to keep applying the pressure here, Luminosity. Will be forcing into this. I've got one Galil, lack of grenades here, but have got control of long. CT's now playing quite a defensive game. No one towards middle, 2 players on the sites. And we'll see what the next move is from Luminosity. Once you have long control, I was about to say you go into an A split traditionally, but it's ShahZaM from the side, takes down Tacio and gives them the man advantage. So now they're going to wait for Luminosity to make the next move. No reactions required here. That smoke's going to go towards Xbox. Gives them some options to get up towards short. But it's not going to be too effective here. The CTs don't even see it. As I said before, very defensive setup from them.
There is that Xbox smoke that you mentioned. Fur can walk out lower more conveniently, and FNX, more importantly, can go down catwalk with the bomb without being detected. ShahZaM waiting for it, though. Double play toward this catwalk position, and Rix is going to wait for the flashes, and ShahZaM to get the early peek. There it is, misses. Doesn't drop down. He actually keeps himself alive in the corner, but misses the shot again, and Fur and FNX take them both. Rix, it looked like it would at least be 1 kill.
Well, ichibaNNN, we've heard some big things about this guy. Perfect opportunity for him to step up. Let's spot the head of FNX. That's a lovely shot from him. And now can stop the bomb as well. Great play from ichibaNNN. He's going to get 2. Doesn't find the 3rd, but the bomb has been dropped.
And dropped down on the bottom of the ramp as well, which means Fallen has to commit to the peak. 2 versus 2 still. Cold finding the last kill for Luminosity. Has to come back around to help Fallen, who just now will grab bomb. And as soon as he tries to attempt planting this, Roca's going to peek. Fallen faces it, nearly makes it work, but now he's been tagged up, and Cold isn't quite in a position to cover off Roca's advance toward quad, which means Fallen's in the open. Does get it late, but it is actually Sean that he finds instead, as they both nearly lined up, and Roca, still has 100 HP in this situation. Cold's made it at least to the cross at CT. He can start to play the peak and control it himself, but Roca's going to tap this, force the jump up. Now he realizes it's not for sale. It's just all a fake, but Roca finds it nonetheless.
Good play there from Roca. Difficult position for coldzera to be in. Obviously, the bomb down once again for Luminosity in a very bad position. Fallen trying to find that kill on towards short. Couldn't make it happen, so just went for the more tricky plant. And Luminosity do find themselves losing the 2 rounds in a row now. I think the money has got to the point where they can't afford to buy into this one. They could do Tech 9s and force it, but it looks like they will be going for more of a partial buy here. CZs, Tech 9s, flashbangs, Scout on Fallen. Still has $1,300, and he will be doing some damage onto Sean as well, and ShahZaM. So this Scout has already paid off most of its debt in the first couple of shots.
I would say certainly so. As FNX, though, will find Roca immediately after. That's a player that wasn't tagged as well by the Scouts. And now Rix goes low. This is hugely possible. There's only 2 players left. It's Fallen and Taco. Oh, unfortunately, that's pretty much going to write it all down in script, but that Deagle, Taco, could have easily mowed them down. It's on Fallen. Last alive. Fallen, another shot onto Rix. He was low enough for the pistol, but now he's upgraded to an M4. And ShahZaM found first could easily make this doable. They're going to play the buddy system. They have to. ichibaNNN and ShahZaM. And do they face this doorway? He's got the gun redrawn after that nade. ShahZaM takes damage from it, tries to spray through, and ichibaNNN will take the invitation to take him down. That was desperately close.
Yeah, Fallen, hell of a round from him. Tags those first 2 players through the doors and actually gets a sick headshot in lower B as well. Had an opportunity to win that round, but like you said, EchoFox using the buddy system, making sure as soon as one player was facing, the other one came in to clean things up. That's exactly what happened. And EchoFox find round number 9 here. It's going to be Luminosity 14, EchoFox 9, and we go into number 24 here. It's going to be Sean on the MP9, so he opted to have more grenades here, and ShahZaM going a little bit more aggressive in towards lower B. Taco not going to be giving anything away just yet. You'd assume they'll flash this. Most teams will. Here comes one flash, completely takes ShahZaM out of the round. That's perfect play from FNX. So lovely stuff, good teamwork from LG as a whole.
Yeah, very well done indeed as they try and find this 15th round. Up grab by Sean. They'll have read that. Taco saw that happen for sure. And Sean's going to find him through the door, though. Headshot at that.
Okay, we missed that, but still, that looked...
Sassy.
Yeah, oh, that's a good word. Crusty, maybe?
Yeah, it was pretty crispy, not crusty.
Pretty crispy. So crispy's good, crusty's bad.
Yes.
Okay.
Sassy but classy we'll go with Sean. Let's just come up with all kinds of terrible cliches. Sean, again, though, is going to find Fur. They know he's now out toward Goose, but he's countered the flashes and made his way back toward the ramp. Drop play comes in. He knows it's FNX that's down there, but he can't commit to it. He has to watch the bomb. It's coldzera that gets shot. Bomb gets dropped down now towards CT. And another great shot on a fallen. Sean Gares coming alive late in this game for sure.
4 kills for him this round. Looking for the ace. It's going to be FNX in CT spawn. Sean's going to get it.
Nope, you're wrong. He's not going to get it.
Forgive him, man. That's bad. That's bad form. He wanted the ace. But still, EchoFox, it looked like this game was over, Matt. And I see Sean playing out of his mind right now. He's hit 20 frags. ShahZaM's been playing very well as well. 18.
Another situation like Skadoodle where Sean gave up the AWP and is a bit more effective, I think. Although, I mean, obviously that round, yes, he hit some cool shots, crazy shots at that. But
that's because ShahZaM died. He went to low.
Exactly. It's usually ShahZaM that's on it, and most of the impact Sean's had has been.
Well, what looked like a really successful round there from Luminosity. That a great flash play, get that first kill. And Sean would completely takes them apart. When we go to number 25 now, Luminosity will be on pretty much fully hit. And he players invested substantially as FNX with the CZ and body armor. Fallen taking quite a lot of damage. He's down to 38 HP. But this looking like EchoFox getting number 11 on the board. So a few more twists and turns yet, Matthew, I believe.
Look at this setup from LG. Just waiting on catwalk. ShahZaM's got the AWP ready. Question is who goes for the drop. Because they do have Sean Gares inside of CT right now. Rix has Taco. The one player at mid, ShahZaM. First shot, successful. Second shot as well. Late flash allows him to get it, and it's, oh, this is just a slaughter. Not even any damage dealt.
Not even any damage dealt. Matt is not amused. Round number 26. Now we do have the buy coming back in from Lumi. Falling back on the AWP, of course, but EchoFox sticking to one up. They definitely could get a double up setup, but gotta be sticking to one for now. Let's see what their approach is this time. 3 players going in towards B. It's gonna be ShahZaM facing middle as well. Fallen won't be deciding to face that whatsoever. We'll be deciding to drop back. 3 players in the B tunnels now for the Brazilians. They could do a contact play here. Judging by the setup they have right now, smoke over towards Xbox, it seems, once again. Take that vision away from the CTs. That'll force them to react. There ultimately will be a B play here. 4 players down the tunnels. And coldzera holding towards middle. I assume he'll be going up towards the steps on short, trying to sell some sort of fake flash over, maybe smoke towards spawn. And then his teammates will be ready to contact play with towards B, but we'll see where they decide to go with this one. Maybe a B split coming in, just a straight up standard procedure.
Two players committed to long right now as well from EchoFox. It's a hard rotation. Early smoke out, corner smoke at that inside of middle. It's going to limit out the second position from the AWP, but good push from Sean through. Good reaction as well as he comes back inside the site. Taco down a third. Sean is playing light, friggin' out right now because Rix and Roca have easy work to do to clean it after Sean brilliantly back and forth through the door.
Yeah, lovely stuff from him there. And that's going to be a pretty clean round from EchoFox as well. Bringing Luminosity down to pretty dire money. They could buy AKs and armor. That would be about it, relying on the brutal aim of some star players like FNX and coldzera. We'll see what they can do here. They are going to be going for that force as well. So this is a real window for EchoFox to take advantage of. ShahZaM does get good intel. There's no AWPers here. Just spots up cleanly towards the top of mid. With listening out towards long. He'll be calling the players will be towards that pit area. And ichibaNNN looking like he wants to push through the smoke again.
He's not going to do it just yet, though. He's going to wait. Rix is there to support this deeper smoke this time. 3 quick bounces, though, and Fur should know he's up close. And now they'll start to work over toward catwalk instead. The default Xbox smoke allows them further up.
Well, they have got players towards short this time with the bomb.
It's an interesting split as well, though, because they had 3 players toward it, and then they've dropped 2 back toward tunnels. They're either waiting for a counter push, or they're going to try and sell something out through the mid doors, but it looks like it's just 1 player to wait and lurk.
Well, they've only got 1 smoke and a couple of flashbangs here, so it would be something very simple. Move the smoke towards CD spawn, flash over, get 1 player dropping, and try and swarm the AWP, who'll presumably be towards a car right now, which he will. ShahZaM will be holding that position. But they're still just running the clock down. To be 30 seconds, and there's the smoke. Here comes the flashbangs. Will they be able to get anything out of this? They haven't got enough to actually hold ShahZaM off. That flash is good, so here comes the play. Next kill needs to be theirs, and they actually get it. FNX takes the kill down on the AWPer, and now Rix stuck towards Goose. Needs to be backed up from ichibaNNN, but Rix coming to life though, gets 2, but it's not enough. He's going to be finally dropped, and now just down to roca. Luminosity do find map point here in this best of 3 series. Fur should easily get his kill there. Lovely stuff. Good positioning from him. So that execute with the lack of utility was just enough. It was that one flashbang that was so key. That kept ShahZaM off that first shot. They managed to get them to control the CT spawn. And although Rix did what he could on the side, just wasn't quite enough there. So Luminosity can relieve the pressure a little bit now. They've got a better 3 rounds to find 1. But this could be a hard reset from EchoFox. If they were to win this, that would be enough to actually take it to overtime potentially.
Yeah, easily so. I mean, this is a pretty fragile situation still. ShahZaM gonna hold the angle, late smoke out toward that long position. 3 players gonna peek early in case there is a fast contest, but right now bomb set toward B. And Fallen's just gonna hold with it and the AWP in case they push through and they're looking to do so. They're actually inside the corridor right now. Fallen's gonna see them any second. Fallen finds the first roca. He's gonna try and compensate for it. Stays in, but a good flash out. FNX finds the shot. This gives up B entirely. They're not acting quickly, LG. There's a counter smoke out on top of the tunnel, which they aren't gonna push through.
Yeah,
Actually, that was their own smoke that landed there, so this is interesting because they had the B site.
This is fine, though. They didn't have to force into any situation. That doesn't help, though. Rix pushing off towards short.
I think, the obvious thing was that they had 2 players there that could have made it in. If they lost the bomb or weren't successful, then the bomb's down in the B site.
They were running through smoke as well, so it was a difficult situation for them. They didn't have to commit. The idea is you're waiting for the CTs direct at this point. They're the ones that demand disadvantage. Now, they have got full control for them. There it is. Waiting for the CTs to make the next mistake, just sticking together, playing patiently and disciplined. They have lots of time remaining on the clock as well, so don't need to force into it. Obviously, had they done it, we can see it in 2020 hindsight, right? We can see, oh, should have done that, but they're just playing a very calculated game right now. Yeah.
Especially now that they have ichibaNNN down, they can split through middle. The last remaining player is ShahZaM, and that is not the right timing. That's going to do it, 16-12.
Well then.
I don't know why I said that so aggressively, but 16-12 it is.
Well, we have to remember that, sorry, everyone's telling me my jewelry bounces off the desk as well, so I'm going to be very careful now, Matt. We have to remember, if anyone's just joining us wondering, what the hell's going on with that lineup tonight? We have got a couple of substitutions and move-arounds. I think ShahZaM is now in on a permanent basis for Mo, and ichibaNNN, he's replaced A2Z. So
A2Z, sorry.
We are Canadian and British, so we should be saying Z.
Yes.
So he'll be replacing them. So that's like a trial replacement. So still, it's still quite impressive from EchoFox in general to get that close to Luminosity, the current major champions. Dust 2, obviously a map they don't really play too much, but still, I'm still quite hopeful for this EchoFox lineup. Sean especially seems like he's playing very well, looks quite comfortable. ShahZaM, new boy in the team, he was playing relatively well, getting picks and actually holding strong in some positions. So it's a difficult prospect going up against a team like that, but they made a very convincing case for themselves, got a decent amount of rounds on the board. So I'm happy with that.
I don't know. The thing is, like, I'm torn. Yes, they looked reasonable, and yes, they got a number of rounds on the board. I'm still not convinced by the CT side of Luminosity in a lot of ways, and I think that there's still a lot of timing to be improved. I mean, the A site was abysmal in my opinion.
That's why they're playing it right now, right? This is the perfect time to grind it out and practice it. It's official games against reasonable opponents, and it's not like a massive risk. It's not like they know they're going to win. It's just whether they can kind of tighten the screws a little bit.
And they've got 2 weeks to Pro League, which will be the first field test for it, really. Yeah. And then beyond that, there's basically a 2-month window from then until the ESL Cologne major. So they've got some time to work on it for sure. I think you're right though. They better get it in early rather than late because we saw them trying to live test.
I don't think it's ready for the world yet. I feel like that's going to be still pretty much go-to veto for them. Obviously, Cash and Dust 2 are their weaker maps, but Dust 2 I'd still say is...
I mean, this is the thing, though, because now that they've exposed this weaknesses over time, before the major, it was standard what they would play and what you would ban against them or what you would auto-ban yourself. So they can get 1 pick in if they have first pick, but if you're a strong enough team, like the Fanatics, like... Who else has a deep map pool right now? Astralis to some extent. You can actually now counter-pick them. You could just pick their weaknesses. So they have to strengthen this now that they've exposed themselves to it.
Yeah, Navi pretty much only has Cash,
exactly.
right? That's pretty much the only veto they need.
So just play Dust 2
and Inferno, I was about to say, but Inferno's gone now. So that's actually pretty cool for Navi. Like, obviously a lot of teams...
Yeah, obviously we have it in this league still, but...
Yeah, but I mean, like, just going forward in general, yes, like, that's kind of cool for Navi. Like, obviously, it's going to... That's the one thing I like about this whole Nuke Inferno thing. It kind of throws a massive spanner in the works of the teams in terms of their map pools. We're going to see really who wants to commit to that and who wants to kind of go one direction, whether we like someone like Navi, just, okay, let's strengthen up Cash and we'll leave Nuke out of it. Or say, let's just go all in on Nuke right now and we'll keep that our go-to veto there. It'll be interesting to see what kind of path they go down with that kind of idea.
Well, we'll take a break. Speaking of maps that were switched in, we are no longer on the newest map in the pool. We're on the second oldest map, or second newest, excuse me, in the pool. It's Train that comes up next. Yeah. And it's EchoFox that has to find an answer against Luminosity. We'll be right back in just a minute, guys. Thanks a lot.